Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
MOF. Welcome back to The Point After, episode 3. And it's playoff time, baby. Y'all ready? Here we go.
I don't get what I want, I get what I need. Every single day I'm heading off to my dream, and I get everything that I damn well please. I don't give a damn if you all listening to me, cause I run it. I'm the only one that really want it. I'm the only one that's really on it. I'm just being honest. I'm just doing everything I promise, cause I want it bad enough that I'ma make it as an artist. And I know I'm not the smartest, and I know I'm not the largest, but I promise you that I'ma be the one that worked the hardest. Cause I promise you that I'm just getting started, and I promise you that my skills are getting sharper. So I'ma get charted, can't be guarded. Nah, I'm the one to get retarded. Get the party started, yeah, get the party started. Yeah, so let me get up on it, yeah. Bitch, you got me fucked up. I don't know what's up. Pour that shit in my cup. We bout to turn up. Crank this shit up so loud. Sounds like we're sold out in front of a whole crowd. We lose control now. Y'all take this shit too personally. Everybody got a different version of me. Everybody gotta be learning from me. Everybody wanna be working with me. And I feel like there's uncertainty and urgency to find out what you wanna be. But honestly, we change our minds constantly. So stop and breathe and find out who you wanna be.
What is up, MOF? Welcome back. This is The Point After, episode 3, playoff edition. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Alex, of course, aka Latin Yank, your host. I'm also the owner of the Texans. And yeah, we are at the end of season 72's regular season. We are beginning the dance. We have our first game tonight, Jets versus Broncos. They're actually possibly playing right now as we speak. I did get a chance to interview one of the coaches, Big Greg of the Broncos, a little bit earlier today. Did try to get Gouch on, but he was unavailable and wanted to focus on the game. Understood. And definitely understand that. So no hate there. Let me get my camera on real quick. Before we really get rolling in the show, want to take a few minutes to kind of go over, not go over, but kind of bring up some things. One, I want to congratulate Enzo on his Hall of Fame, MOF Hall of Fame induction. Well deserved. Congratulations, sir. That is definitely a well deserved honor for you. So again, congratulations. To the other nominees, hopefully next season will be your season for that induction. So we'll see how that goes moving forward. The second tidbit I want to get to is my apologies from my part. Episode 2 was, 3-4 weeks ago. We are down here again in the playoffs, and it's been a while. Just life's got in the way, work and life. So I apologize for that. Definitely going to try to be a little bit more aggressive on the show. Not only that, I also had a couple of computer problems. It took me forever just to fix it right now. And so, again, apologies. So, now let's get back to the nitty gritty of the show. We are, of course, like I said at the top of the show, season's over. 14 lucky gentlemen are now still continuing to play. The rest of us are sitting back watching the playoffs play amongst us, around us. Again, first game is tonight. Big Greg and his Broncos are hosting the Jets, Couch, and we'll see how that game goes. Looking at both conferences, the storylines we're going to see is who's going to be representing each conference in the Super Bowl. Right now, just based on what I'm looking at, we're in a collision course to a Bills Commanders Super Bowl. And within that, you got other stories. Is Betts unbeatable at 14-3 in the number 1 seed? He has weaknesses on that team. Will someone else in that conference expose those weaknesses? I believe anybody in that conference has a shot at him. All the way down from Detroit at the number 7 seed with his Carolina Panthers to the number 2 seed Jay Fawn. So you got MMX with his 49ers. You got Pettigrew with his Eagles. You got Booby with his Saints. And I apologize, dude. I always forget your name. The Falcons owner. Oh God, I don't know why I forget your name, which is very frustrating. Oh, hold on. So let's see. Let me see if I can get his names because that's kind of sucks that I can't remember his name in particular, and I feel stupid for not being able to remember his name. Let's see. Falcons. God, I can't believe I go blank on his name all the time. It's right here. Wilkie. Wilkie. So, um, anybody I think in that conference can run the tables. You go to the AFC. Um, Bubba Duran is 17-0. He ran the tables in the regular season. Storyline there: can he continue that success in the playoffs? That is a question that we're all waiting to answer, to see the answer to. No easy feat what he did. It was not an easy task. That man, as I believe it was either Dre or Q stated in the chat, that man ran through the MOF like it was a box of wet tissue paper. 17-0. Again, not easy to do. He did. Again, now can he put that success in the playoffs and continue? Does he have any weaknesses? I don't know. I think I watched one or two of his games. Um, I think anybody can be beat in this league, but right now that man has got the hot hand. I believe that the other teams in the AFC will, would beg to differ and probably say they have a shot. Also, you have who's the number 2 seed over there? I think it's the Mac with the Ravens. He can definitely take. I think he has a shot at beating the Bills. Then you have the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think that's. Oh, I can't remember his name either. Jesus, Lord have mercy! I can't believe I can't remember everybody's names in this, which is frustrating. It's not Big Greg. Big Greg is the Broncos. I know it's similar to Big Greg's name, but anyways, the Steelers have a shot. You also have Gout with the Jets, Big Greg with his Broncos, Bengals only with his Colts, and Dre who snuck in to the playoffs after having a bad start to the season. Is the number 7th? No, is he the number 7th seed? Yeah, I believe he is the number 7th seed. Yes, he is. He is the number 7th seed. Um, has a shot. I mean, he's playing hot right now too. Um, so, a lot of storylines. Definitely looking, interested to see how these playoffs end up. Jeff put out his predictions already. He says the final four are going to be in the NFC. In the AFC, you got the Ravens versus the Bills, and you have uh, the Lions versus the Commanders. And surprisingly, this man has put down that he thinks this is going to be a Ravens Lions Super Bowl. Now, again, seeding wise, just going 1 through 7, and just going based on record, you again collision course to me looks like it's Bills Commanders. Jeff and his predictions, which he's usually technically spot on sometimes, he's saying Ravens Lions. Um, I think we're going to see some upsets um, in this playoffs, um, and it's going to be interesting. I'm definitely looking to see if Bubba can continue his streak and just continue to be undefeated for the whole season, and can Betts continue to be cement his legacy in the MOF and win another Super Bowl. A lot of things moving along right now, so definitely going to be interesting. I'm excited for these playoffs. I'm excited for the end of the playoffs for the off season. Um, I think at the beginning of the season, yours truly was predicted to be only win 4 games. I think I won 6, so I did 2 better than what Jeff predicted. But towards the end, I started getting the hang of these Texans. The defense is very much the strength of this team. The offense, not as much, but getting the hang of the offense. My problem is I just can't decide which playbook to use. And I think for me, it's probably going to be based on who I'm playing. That's what I think. I think that's what I'm going to start going at it with this offensive playbook. When I, depending on who I play, because when I played Cleveland, I played. I forgot what playbook I used, but I had nothing, absolutely nothing to use against that man in that team, and he beat the fuck out of me. Retrospect, when I played the Titans, Rocco, and I beat him twice, and I think Dre, you're welcome because I beat him twice. That gave you the way into the playoffs. With that man, I picked. I used the same playbook. I think it was no, actually no. I think I used the Lions in my first meeting and the Packers on the second meeting. But I used the same defensive playbook, the same defensive plan, game plan I used in the first game. I used in the second game. In the second game, I had more success against the Colts. First game, I came out protecting the pass. Second game, I came out protecting the pass again. Then I realized that man is just running the ball, and I just went all out to run to stop his run. And that man was up, I think, 21-0 on me. I was able to come back. Ultimately lost, but the adjustments I made me feel comfortable moving on to next season. Um, and again, he's going to make changes to his team. Rocco's going to make changes to his team. But the confidence that built with my team made me feel good, made me excited for next season. I definitely know I need to tinker with that team. There's a couple pieces on the defense, just a couple that I need to do to improve that team. On the offense, there's a little bit more that I need to do to improve that team. But I'm looking forward to the draft, looking forward to free agency, and see what happens. So, but before we can get to that, let's get with this playoffs. Let's see who's going to represent the MOF this season and for the Super Bowl in the AFC and the NFC. So what I want to do now is I'm going to put this on pause. I'm going to come back with the interview I had with Greg. I think it was a great interview. I got him on video, so if there's a little delay in the video, I apologize. I'm having computer problems, so it's on my side, not on Greg's side. But I think the audio came out perfect. I believe he's going to give you the insight of what he thinks about the AFC and the NFC, and about we talked a little bit about Bubba Duran. We talked a little bit about his game with Gouch coming up that should be playing right now as we speak, and like I said, the playoffs in general. So hope you guys enjoy. Stay tuned. I'll be right back with that interview, and I'm hoping to get somebody else on for the show. I would like to interview somebody else, but we'll see. I'm reaching out to everybody. We'll see who else I get. So just stay tuned. Sit back, enjoy. Thanks for tuning in. Hold on. All right, guys, welcome back to the point after. This is the playoff edition, and my guest right now is going to be Big Greg, the owner of the Broncos. Let me bring him in right now. What's up, Big Greg? How you doing?
Doing great. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. Hey, I want to thank you for coming on to the show. Um, really do appreciate it. So you had a great season. It looks like you started off a little slow, but you got the momentum going. I remember playing you early in the season. You tore me up with those Broncos, but you're in the dance, and you got I think you're the number 3 seed, if I'm correct. Is that right?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to get the 3 seed. Just based upon, I think the AFC South ended up being the winner of that division, ended up being the 4 seed. And I had maybe a half game lead over them. So that enabled me to get the 3 seed and to have a rematch with Gooch of the Jets.
Yeah, and you did play Gouch in the regular season. Is that correct?
Yeah, we played in week 5. I believe I won 31-28 or something. Basically, was able to get up early, but he made a comeback at the end. But I was able to get a defensive stop to secure the game. There was a lot of kind of weird stuff going on in that game, so that game could have literally went either way. But I was able to pull it out back in week 5.
Great. Now, I mean, I know you feel. I mean, obviously, I'm going to ask you. Do you feel confident that you can beat him again? I don't know if he has any major injuries going into this game. Do you have any major injuries with your team going into this game?
For the first time in a couple of weeks, we're 100% healthy. We got Russell Wilson back last week, and even though he didn't play well, Still good to have him back. We got our other corner, Owuzie, back for this week. So we don't have anybody on the injury list. Now, as far as he's concerned, we do catch a break. Garrett Wilson is still out for him, and I believe his tight end, Tyler Conklin. But he's done pretty well with his other wide receivers. Taking the top off with Hardman, and also he has two other fast receivers and Jones Jr. That I think originally started with Chicago a few years back. But he's got plenty of speed and he knows how to use them. So we're gonna have our hands full.
Wow. Okay. I said I did not know Garrett was out for him. So yeah, that's. I mean, definitely. He looks like he's been doing well with his team. Of course, he's got Aaron Rodgers on there, and which I do believe he's unfortunately going to lose him after this season. So, but if he doesn't have Wilson, that leaves less people you really have to worry about. But Harden could take the top off, so I'm sure you'll be watching him closely. How about his running game? Are you
Yeah.
is his run game of concern for you?
Yes. Brees Hall is a beast. He's fast, he's strong, he's still very young, and he does very well with them. And I know at parts during the course of this season, I've had trouble stopping the run. I think even when I played you, I think your combined backs ran for like 160, 170 yards on me. So stopping the run is the concern. And I go into every game thinking I have to stop the run first and at least put the other team in somewhat predictable uh, downs in situations to be able to hang in. There's a lot of good players in this league. I'm not necessarily one of them. I don't think I'm one of the worst, but I'm kind of middle of the road, so I got to catch some breaks and do things the right way, and I can't make mistakes. And this game is no different. He'll be tough.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Well, definitely, I want to wish you the best of luck in that game. Um, moving, and before I let you go, I just want to ask you. Of course, Boba Duran, number one seed with the Buffalo Bills, ran the tables in the regular season.
Mhm.
I believe somebody in the chat, I don't know if it was Q or if it was Dre, said he ran through the MOF like it was a wet, box of wet tissue paper.
Mhm.
Which is could be inaccurate. It's no easy feat what he did. Um, but in the playoffs, same thing in the NFC with Betts and his Commanders. I think the playoffs is a different animal. I think anybody can beat anybody. As you said, everybody here in this league is great. We're in here for a reason. So I think anybody can be beaten at any time. Do you? I don't know if you get to play. If you got to play the Bills, and if you have not, have you watched any of his games? And do you think he has any weaknesses? And do you think he can run the tables uh, in the playoffs?
Well, to answer that, both. I did play him earlier in the season. We were able to shut down pretty much everybody except for Diggs, who torched us for like 204 touchdowns. Just for some reason, could not cover that guy. But otherwise, we I think we played him okay. I've watched a lot of his games. He's very good at executing, very good at finding the open guy. Getting, Diggs is a mismatch for most corners, and he plays very good defense. He has his two superstar safety and superstar, yeah, I think he probably even X Factor corner in White. And of course, Josh Allen is the cover guy. So he's got every ability you can imagine, and he's got speed to run, and he's got the arm to throw deep, and he's very tough. So, and he played very well with him. So it's a difficult task to run the table in this league, regardless of who you are and what team you have. But he was able to do it. So kudos to him. Now, with that said, I think both the Ravens and the Steelers are very good and are very capable of running the table themselves through the playoffs and getting to the Super Bowl. So, it's good accomplishment for the Bills to get to where they are. But the job's not over. They're going to have a tough feat. And I hope to be one of those teams that face them again, and then we'll give it another go.
Gotcha, gotcha, and that's exactly what I said at the top of my show. Um, you know, right now on paper, just looking at it, looks like it's gonna be a Commanders Bills Super Bowl. But again, the game is played, it's the playoffs, different animal, and I think either side could be beaten any given day. And like I said, it's gonna be
Right.
interesting playoffs, nonetheless. So, hey,
Yeah, and even on the yeah, I was gonna say, and even on the NFC side, and seems like this year, just looking at some of the records, the NFC side is the strongest side. There's 6 teams with double-digit wins.
oh yeah, yeah,
Um, Javon is still weird to see Jay Vaughn not playing with the Bucks, but he's done very well with the Lions. It's still weird to see some other team, some other owner playing with Mike Hawkins, but he's done very well. And then you have Philly and Carolina all have very good owners, and of course you have Portis with his Commanders.
Yep.
So that division could go either way. Either any of those teams could run the table and get a couple of good breaks here, maybe an injury to a key player that could definitely swing things.
Oh, I definitely said that also at the beginning of the show. I mean, the NFC in general. I believe anybody uh, could take, can represent that conference. I mean, even from Detroit at the number 7 seed all the way up to, of course, Bets. Like I said,
Absolutely.
that conference is going to be interesting. I'm definitely looking at that. But I know you got a game coming up shortly in about 30 minutes. I want to again thank you for coming on. I want to wish you good luck. You know, I understand what you're coming about weird watching someone use your team because it definitely was a little weird watching Gouch use my team.
Yeah, and at first it was disappointing not to be able to get my Falcons. I'm so used to playing with them in this league and also in regs. But I will say it's been fun to run with a different team to get a different perspective. It kind of reminds me at times of how bad my Falcons have actually get a chance to play with a team with a better roster. Still miss them, but we're going to do what we do with these Broncos for this
Yeah,
session
and I definitely
and do.
I agree 110%. Again, disappointed I didn't get the Jets. Decided to go with the local team where I'm from in Houston,
Yeah,
and it's been fun. It's been fun. It took me a while. Still trying to figure out my offense, but I think I'm having so much fun playing defense with that damn team. The last couple of weeks,
I think you'll get it together, and they're young, and you'll add some pieces through the draft and free agency. So yeah, you should be able to build them up, and maybe as soon as next season, be able to really get in there and compete.
that's what I'm hoping for. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Right now, it's about season 72 of these playoffs. So again, I want to thank you. I want to wish you luck. I'm gonna definitely watch y'all's game tonight, and best of luck to you tonight. Okay.
All right, thank you. And as Russell would say, let's ride.
All right, guys. Thanks again. That was Big Greg. He's got his game with the Jets tonight. Definitely, if you guys are up, definitely watch the game and let's support these two and see who's going to move on. All right, guys. I'll be back with our next guest and just stay tuned. What is up, guys? Welcome back. I was sitting around just trying to find another guest. Um, it's late. I know, so some people are probably already sleeping. Of course, we got Big Reg playing his game right now with Couch. He wasn't available. As a matter of fact, I'm watching it right now. Let me put the game. Here we go. Here we go, guys. So, and I don't know why there's a delay. Okay, so right now it is 29 to 29-6. Reg has got this game. Looks like under control. Gouch's season looks like maybe coming to an end right now. There's nothing to hang his hat, nothing to look down upon that. He was shorthanded. Of course, he was missing Garrett Wilson in this game, and right now I think Greg was just playing real good right now. He's playing good football. So, game, of course, we still have what quarter are we in? We're in the fourth quarter, and he's got a big lead on him right now. Gouch doesn't seem to have an answer to Reg's defense, and Reg has done exactly what he told me he wanted to do in his interview. He wanted to try to make out a one-dimensional, make him into a passing team. Excuse me, which he seems to have done. Gouch right now is in pass mode, which puts him in as a disadvantage. One, because he doesn't have his best receiver. Two, Reg is just gonna let his defensive line pin their ears back. They're gonna go rushing after Rodgers, and he's gonna just do max coverage. I would. I don't know if Reg's really trying to blitz him. He's probably just trying to let his pass rush get to Gouch's quarterback Rodgers, of course. So Gouch is moving the ball. He's inside the 30-yard line right now. He's about 5 yards away from the red zone. rolling out, and it's fourth and 3 right now for him. 4th and 3, and I'm looking down, guys, because what I'm doing is I'm watching the game on the phone. It's just easier for me to watch it here than on the screen right now. But I wanted to been watching it while I was looking for a guest. Um, like I said, Reg played a great game. Uh, he's going for 4th and down. He made the first down, so Gouch is still offensively alive. I don't think he's. It's a tall task, but he's got to score. Yep, and intercepted. This game's over. This game's pretty much over. So congratulations to I may be premature, being that the game's not over yet. But there is we're under 5 minutes in the game in the fourth. I think this game is pretty much regs to regs. It's regs. So um, yeah. So there's our first playoff game. Reg took it. So he moves on to the next round. He survives wild card weekend. God, that was a tongue twister right there for me. And as I said earlier in the show, I'm definitely looking forward to these playoffs. I want to see. I'm definitely looking forward to how this playoffs develop throughout the playoffs. Of course, can Bubba run the tables? Is somebody going to have something to say or be able to stop him in the AFC? Big Red said he wants to be one of those teams, but you also got to look at Mac with the Ravens, and you want to look at the Steelers. God, I apologize, bro. I just can't think of the name off the top of my list, off the top of my head right now. So, congratulations to Rag. I'm gonna end this show. Kind of top it out. What I may do is just constantly do another show. Maybe push out a couple of them for this playoff weekend and go from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. I want to thank everybody for watching, tuning in. Try to get another show out sooner than later with some more interviews with playoff playoff opponents. Maybe get Jake on. Definitely want to get Bubba Duran in here. Talk to him. Um, I want to get this. I want to try to get as many of you guys that are in the playoffs right now, and anybody that's not in the playoffs, definitely shoot me a message. We can definitely talk as well, and give me your insight. What you think? Who's got the better chance at winning the Super Bowl this year? Do you think it'll be Bubba? Do you think it'll be somebody else? And on the NFC, do you think Portis has a chance to um, come out on top from the NFC side? So, other than that, guys, that is it for me right now. I'm gonna go ahead and end this show, edit it, and put it out ASAP so you guys can hear it. And man, I can't wait. This is gonna be good playoffs, and definitely looking forward to the next episode, next season to come around. But we definitely got to get through these playoffs first. So, congratulations, Reg, on your win, and see you in next round. All right. All right, guys, welcome back to the point after. I got my second guest of the night on with us right now, and you can see him on screen. I got Bubba Duran, the owner of the Bills. Bubba Duran, thanks for jumping on here and joining the point after. Really do appreciate you jumping on this late at night.
Oh, no problem. I appreciate you having me. I excited. I thought I was going to miss the chance when I said I was busy at the moment, but I'm glad you waited for me.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I had a great interview with Red before his game earlier. Of course, he won his game, so I don't know. We got to see.
I did check that score line as soon as I got home.
Yeah, yeah. He took it. He pretty much said what he wanted to do. He said he wanted to make Gauch one dimensional, and I think he did that. And Gauch got in pass mode, so fed right into him. But now it's a waiting game because we got to see who wins the other games to see who you actually play. in the next round.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see these other games.
Oh, me as
I'll
well.
probably be stalking them.
So obviously, you being in the AFC, you're more interested in the AFC side than the NFC side. At 17-0, marvelous speed. It's not an easy task. I was telling you, Reg and I were talking about that earlier. Again, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, one of the guys I can't remember if it was Q or Dre said that you ran through the league like it was a
I'm
box.
sorry, you're kind of cutting out on me.
Oh, can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Maybe I was talking away from the mic. So I can't remember if it was Q or Dre. One of them said that you ran through the MOF like it was a box of wet tissue
That
paper.
was Q in his playoff prediction thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which
it was a.
I thought it was a great analogy, a great description. Which you did. You ran the tables 17-0. I said not an easy task. The question I think everybody has and they're wondering is, can you continue this momentum through the playoffs?
You know,
And
my bad,
we'd
buddy.
love to hear you. Yeah, that's the main question.
Yeah, so my biggest fear is being that person that's one and done. I always think, you get that loss early. It's like, perfect season's done. And then it's like, and now here I am. I finished the season 17-0. Honestly, a couple close games. Scared. And then now here I am waiting to figure out who I'm going to play. Person I wanted to play is out. So now it's going to be a lot tougher.
I got you.
So
You were kind of hoping Gouch would win. So
oh yeah, I was ready for that second game because we unfortunately had a sim game because he had to leave town, but
right.
I was looking for that rematch early instead of having to wait until next year. So
well,
or next season, rather.
Of course, I don't want to. I mean, I'm sure Gouch has an idea that Roger's probably going to retire more so than stay, but we'll see what Madden does for us here in the MOF. Now, talking to Reg, he said he played you in the regular season. He said his trouble with you, against you was he couldn't stop Diggs. You target Diggs a lot. Do you fear that some of these guys, like maybe the Ravens or the Steelers, or even Reg with the Broncos, when they play you, they're going to try to take Diggs away from you?
I hope they do. So when I played Reg, I had lost Chark, who had been my number one target. Mm-hmm. I had lost him for 7 weeks before I played Reg. And I'm pretty sure, yeah. And then I don't know why, but Diggs was just always open against him. And I mean, I only threw it to him 4 times, but it was for like 265 yards and 4 touchdowns. Every pass was a touchdown.
And he remembers that. Let me tell you that.
I remember it too because I was like, I guess he's not covering Diggs, and I'd throw it. It was unbelievable game for Diggs. Like I don't know what was going on and why he was just always so open.
And probably thought maybe, I'm trying to be in Reg's shoes. Probably thinking you were going to go after somebody else other than Diggs because you probably, I would be thinking you're going to defend him. So why not attack the other person, try to catch you sleeping? But no,
yeah,
you stuck to your game. Hey, if he was open, you went for him. And like I said, Reg remembers that game. Do you see? Are you afraid of being off?
It's fair taste in his mouth.
Yeah, no problem. Are you afraid that sitting out this first week, you may lose a little momentum or get one of these guys playing the wild card, whoever you may play, may have get a hot streak going, go in against you with a lot of momentum and a lot of confidence?
I think everyone in the playoffs had a lot of momentum. Steelers, Ravens, they just had a hell of a game last week. I mean, they're both hot coaches. I really wanted them to face each other to take each other out because I would hate to fucking play them, pardon my French, back to back.
I got you.
Which is probably what's looking like might happen, depending upon. But
and I'm trying trying to pull up the playoff picture so I can see it while you talk here. And I apologize if I'm slow.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I don't actually have it pulled up myself. But
Here we go. So let me ask you another question out of the blue here. So of course, in my opening intro of the show, I pretty much said the one thing about the playoffs in the MOF, anybody can beat anybody because it's about a game of adjustments right there on the fly. And
oh yeah,
but I said, you know, looking at it on paper, just looking at the board, I'm thinking we are in a collision course of a Bills Commanders Super Bowl, based on YouTube being the number one seed. Now, of course, Jeff put out his predictions. He's predicting
yeah.
Ravens Lions. What is your reaction to that prediction by Jeff?
Oh, I'm good with it. Mac's a great coach. I do. I've watched a lot of tape. Doing the highlights. I see a lot of tape. On all the teams really, and so I don't know if maybe that gives me an advantage or disadvantage, but I personally think I can go toe to toe with any of them. My offense is pretty powerful. My defense has been pretty stacked for me. Like, not necessarily me, because I'm not really that great of a user on defense, but yeah, like I feel like I will give every coach a run for their money. I would love Washington Bills Super Bowl. I got to play bets early in the season.
You definitely got his number in that game.
Yeah, there was a couple, one of those Madden plays. So I would like that rematch. So
I would definitely like to see that game because I didn't see y'all's game early in the season. That Super Bowl would be interesting, very much. So now looking at this picture, yeah, you're right. So we got the Ravens versus the Jags, and then of course Broncos beat the Jets, and the Steelers are playing the Colts. Definitely see, and again, no disrespect to the Colts or the Jags, but yeah, I think the Ravens and the Steelers are going to get their wins right there. So that would probably leave you facing the Steelers in the next round if that's how it goes. So
yeah.
Are you looking forward to that game?
So me and Coach Big Rube, we played 2 games a year, every year last edition. So we're pretty familiar with each other. He's really good on the sticks. I think I only took like 3 games from him out of the 30 we played, it felt like. So I would look forward to it. Different teams. I also play him in another league. He had my number in that league. So I'm looking forward to any game and all the challenges that come with it.
Awesome. No, that's what a champion, being a champion is about. 17-0. Of course, you got the target behind your back. So everybody's out to beat you. And so it looks like you're ready to take any challengers. Let me ask you this. Reg and I are talking about the NFC. And like I said, I know you're not in that conference, but I want to get your thoughts on it. Everybody there except for one team has double-digit wins. The Niners are the only team without the double-digit wins, but the Niners are gifted. With MMX behind him, I think anybody in that conference can win that conference. I don't think Betts is the sure thing. No disrespect to Betts, but I believe anybody from the Cardinals all the way up to J-Fon could possibly represent. I mean, but like I said, right now, paper wise, Betts would be my top choice. But what do you think? I mean, Detroit got a hot streak. I really thought Wilkie with the Falcons would be one of the top 3. Looks like he just lost out to Boogie for that division. And then Pettigrew lost out to Betts in the division. So I think that whole conference is really going to beat themselves up in moving forward to the Super Bowl.
Yes. They unfortunately those 3 teams from the same division will take each other out. I personally like Wilkie. I think Wilkie makes it to the Super Bowl this round. Personally, he lost twice to the Saints. I'm pretty sure but he, I think he'll get him this time if they play again. I don't actually have it in front of me
Well,
to see seedings and stuff, but
I can tell you the seedings right now. Right now, of course, we got Jay Fawn and Carolina playing in the first round. Then you have Booby and Pettigrew playing also in the first round, and then um, Wilkie's playing MMX. So Atlanta versus San Francisco, New Orleans versus the Eagles, and the Lions versus the Panthers.
yeah, so I'm definitely taking him against MMX, Wilkie against MMX. I think Beltroit will win. He's playing the Lions, right?
Right.
That's what you said?
Yes.
Yeah. Nothing against Jay Fawn. Great coach. But I think Beltroit's going to take that one. And then Booby. I got Booby.
Booby. Yeah, and I kind of agree with you. I am going to pull for Jay Fawn, but you're right. I think Detroit's got maybe a little momentum going. It looks like he's figured out this team with his rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
It's going to be on Jay Fawn to really play good defense to disrupt Detroit's offense. But we'll see. Like I said,
that one has a strong offense.
Who does?
Jay Fawn does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jay Fawn's offense is
Yeah. So if you,
it's
going to be whoever makes the stops.
Exactly. You're looking maybe one or two key stops, maybe a couple turnovers. The turnover battle is really going to be the difference in this, I think. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to the NFC playoffs and of course the AFC. But I think the NFC is just going to beat themselves up all across the board. And I think anybody right there can really come out. But like I said, you're in the driver's seat in the AFC. So definitely looking for you again. Congratulations again. I mean, that's a marvelous.
Oh, thank you.
Is there any? I can't think of anything else to ask of you.
Well, just let me do something for everybody to see.
Okay. It looks like you're eating a nice healthy salad. How was the game? You said you went to the college game tonight, right?
Well, that's a bowl of cereal just because I'm a fat ass.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, I just ate some chocolate.
I went to the Kansas State Oklahoma State game. We lost 29-21.
Oh man, I bet you had fun as hell.
Oh yeah, no, it was the first time I took my kids. They had a blast, and it was all about them getting to see the experience. Kansas State only comes here. It used to be once a year, but with OU going to the SEC, it'll be once every 2 years.
Yep.
So, but
hey,
it was a good game.
An experience. Yeah, you're right. An experience. I'm dying. My oldest son's an Eagles fan. I told him next year we're going to go to Philadelphia to catch a game. I don't know how the hell my son became an Eagles fan. He's never been the weirdest shit ever.
Yeah.
Anyways, Duran, I know it's late. I don't want to keep you up. I really do appreciate you coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me.
No problem. Thanks for coming on. Hey, great job with the highlights also. And I you know
what?
Oh,
thank you.
I do think you watching all that game tape does make a difference. I think you learn everybody's habits and whatnot. So yes, I do think that that will come in handy for you. So good luck in the playoffs. I hope to see you in the Super Bowl. And thanks again for coming on.
Thanks.
Man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Right, have a good night, man.
You too. That was Bubba Duran, the owner of the Bills. He was on. Pretty much gave me his insight of the playoffs. More than likely, he's going to have to go through the Steelers and then the Ravens to get to the Super Bowl, and I think he can do it. Jeff thinks Mac's going to be the representative of the AFC in the Super Bowl, along with Jay Fawn in the NFC. I think everybody has a definitely good shot of representing their conference in this year's Super Bowl. So that's why we play the game, right? So let's see what happens. We already had one winner today. Of course, Big Rube. I'm sorry, not Big Rube. My bad. Big Reg. He won his game against the Jets. So the Broncos move on. Now we wait to see who wins the other games. Of course, the Colts are playing the Steelers, and the Jags are playing the Ravens. And depending on who wins those games, well, we'll we will reshuffle the seedings or the bracket. So if the Jags win, of course, he will have to play Bubba Duran, the number one seed. Um, if the Steelers win at the number 5 seed, they will end up having to play the uh, the Bills. So we got to wait to see. So we got a couple games tomorrow. We will try to get another show in with some more playoff guests. And again, to the guys that are not in the playoffs, hey, there's no reason why you can't be on. If you want to be on, definitely reach out to me. Let's make this happen. Love to get y'all's insight. I'd love to get the commission on as well. Get the state of the MOF on and ask them some tough questions as well. Other than that, guys, I know earlier I said we're done, but I couldn't help but wait for Bubba Duran to get home so we can have an interview with him. The hottest team in the MOF right now at 17-0, moving into the playoffs and waiting for his next game to happen. So, other than that, that is it, guys. It is 12:30 at night, so it's a little midnight, and it's we're on October 7th already. It is Saturday. I'm gonna try to get this out to you so you guys have something to listen to tomorrow. Till then, like I said, trying to get another show in quick before the next round, and maybe get some pregame interviews and a postgame interview. Definitely try to get Gouch on a postgame interview after his loss, but he never replied. I don't think he wanted to talk. So, with that said, I am out. Good night. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode, okay? Peace out.